Hello everybody, this is Cool Luke 01, staying at my kitchen stove here, and as you can see I have a pot of water I'm about getting ready to boil here in my Glock 26. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of this before, but there's been recommendations out there that you need to boil your Glock. Mainly, I'm having a problem with this Glock 26 magazine. Try to get this close up here for you so you can see. This is a Pierce extension on my Glock 26 10-round magazine. This is a 2-round extension. What I'm having is you hear this rattle. It's kind of odd. What's happening is the number, let's get this right up here so you can see. See if I can't get that to focus a little better for you. There we go. If you press right here on the number 7 and the number 9 rounds right there, they move in. They rattle again. But only when it's loaded up to full capacity. Number 9 and number 7, you can see these, none of these move. These others rattle. As soon as you take one round out, the rattle goes away. It doesn't do that anymore. So I called Pierce Extensions, and they told me that the polymer in these Glocks needs to be rehydrated. In dry climates here in northern Minnesota, it gets pretty dry in the winter, and so they said very possibly you need to rehydrate your polymer. They're supposed to actually expand and swell a little bit, and they said that should take care of this rattle that I'm hearing in here. So we're going to boil some water here, and we're going to try to boil this Glock. Of course, unload it. We'll take the spring out, take it all apart, drop the components in there, and supposedly you're supposed to boil it for 15 minutes, and that's about all it takes. So I'm going to do a little cutting and editing here, and we'll hopefully try to show you this in a little bit of a stop time. Okay, now we have all the components apart. The base plate, if you can see that there, the mag tube, spring base, and the spring. What I'm going to drop in, these parts are not really all that essential, not made of polymer, steel, plastic. The base and the tube here we're going to drop in, and as you can see the water is just about starting to boil. We'll drop these in there once it gets rolling, and then we'll set this to boil for about 10-15 minutes. See what it'll do. As you can see, the water has come to a rolling boil. I had to delay this for a while. I couldn't find the tongs. I'm not very domesticated, so this is not my natural element by any means. As you can see, drop that in there unceremoniously. Drop that one on the floor. Not very good with these tongs. Put that in there. We're going to set a timer. For 15 minutes. See what it does. I must say that I called Glock, and they had never heard of this, and according to them, they do not recommend that you boil your Glock by any means. They had never heard of this idea of rehydrating polymer. They asked around the office quite a bit, and nobody had ever heard of such a thing. So to them, I was crazy, and I'm not convinced they're wrong. This is kind of odd. I've heard of people putting their Glocks in dishwashers. It's safe for them, for the whole device. Actually, they put the whole thing in there. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to boil this for a while and see what we come up with. Hello and welcome back to Cooking with Glocks with Cool Luke 01. We're just about ready to be done here. We've been boiling it for about 15 minutes, and right on cue. Reached the 15-minute mark, and here's our boiled Glock. As you can see, it is cooked al dente. Grab the base plate, put it in this empty pot here, and let them cool down a little bit. I can imagine they're going to be pretty hot. Looks no worse for wear. Be in good shape. Doesn't smell any different. Here's a regular mag. You can See, it didn't really change too much, maybe just a little lighter color, but not too much. Yeah, actually cools down pretty quick. Polymer doesn't seem to hold heat very well. Flexibility, it actually squeezes pretty easily right there. If you've ever tried to take a Glock base plate off, you would know that they don't actually flex too well. But this, you can see, actually flexes a fair amount right there, so I would think putting the base plate back on would be rather easy. Figure out how to put this thing back together. There we go. Get that on the correct way. That slides on really easily. So that was actually pretty surprising. Load her back up here. Some 9mm Hornady hollow points. Loads up pretty well. I've had this mag spring compressed for probably a couple months now, so there's 11, and 12 is just a little tough to get in there. Now, for the moment of truth. It rattles more than it did before. Well, I guess I wouldn't have guessed that. The rattling in the background is actually the little one. This is mine. You can see. Wow, they're so loose they won't even stay down there. So we pop one out. Now it's tight. Throw that last 15th in there, and it rattles. Seem to get stuck there, but they still do move. But well, so much for fixing the mag by boiling it. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and please join us next time when we will be cooking Glock 26 Scampi. It'll be served over some fettuccine Alfredo, I believe. Thank you for watching the video, and enjoy. Please favorite the video,